Hi, this is Mr. Data, and welcome to the Dataverse, where I crunch the numbers so you don't have to. So today I wanted to help out all you new guys with the top 10 things I wish I knew before I started on NeoNetwork. And honestly, for a lot of you veteran players, this will be incredibly useful as well. These are all things that I've played since Season 1, and I'm just now learning them. So let's hop right into it. The first one here is how to know what each mob drops. Now, I've looked up tons of different wikis to know what everything drops because honestly, I don't know those numbers. But they just added some recent updates to the server that all you have to do now is type in /mob_drops. And this will bring you a full list of all of the mobs and the chances of what they will actually drop. So let's say, Vex is the most valuable mob you can slay on the server. Let's go. Here we go. So Vexes. I want to know how often I'm going to get those eyes because they're worth a ton. So let's go to /mob_drops. And there you go. It's actually pretty high. 6%. That is a lot. When you compare it to like Zoglins, which you can get an Ender Eye, which they're not worth that much, but that's a 0.01%, or a Strider, which is 5% for a Fire Coral, you're actually really likely to get that high value item. And it looks like even more likely than pretty much any other one. Like Silverfish, you get Gunpowder, which is okay, but only 3% for a Diamond. Vexes, 6% for an Ender Eye. It's really good to know these numbers. It's a good thing to have that reference point back without having to go out of the game for any kind of wiki or, random Google search. All right, so on to number 2. That would be minions. Now, I know that we all know about minions, what they do, how they work, all that good stuff. But what I didn't know until recently is that you don't have to be whatever tier you don't have to be Tier 5 to make Tier 5 wheat minions. Or cactus, or whatever else. You only have to be Tier 1 to start making each one of these minions. And then you can max them all to Tier 5. Get all 20 or 25 if you are a Wither member. But you can get them all to Tier 5 instantly. Just save all of that wheat, that cactus, all of that until you get to that tier. And then all you have to do is get to Tier 2, and then you can start getting enchanted crops and enchanted crops and diamonds and netherite scraps and all of that. And once you get to Tier 2, the sky is the limit. You can start making that enchanted gear and get it up as high as you want. But the big thing here is you don't have to be Tier 10 to make a Tier 10 cactus minion. You only got to be Tier 2. And you don't have to be Tier 5 to make a Tier 5 cactus minion. You only have to be Tier 1. But put them out, crank them all out, and you'll get there in no time. And that jumps us to the next one, which is servants. Let me hop over here. So we all know about servants. We know what they do. You can set them to kill mobs. You can set them to farm... to mine, whatever you want to do. But I've always set mine to mine just because I know that diamond blocks are worth a lot, and later on, ancient debris is worth a ton. But what I didn't know is that these guys, when you have them set to max tier, they actually earn Skycoins. They earn Skycoins when they're slaying mobs. So, how much? What is it worth? Well, let's run the numbers. So, for Vexes, they earn roughly, it's an average, 34 per minute. Which means if we multiply that by 60 minutes, then they are earning 2,040 per hour, right? And then if we wanted to multiply that by a day, we would multiply that 2,000 times 24. And that would get us to 48,960. So, just for easy numbers here, we're going to round that up to 50,000, right? So that means by doing nothing but AFK. Now, you do have to be online for these to work, but by doing nothing but AFKing, like I leave my computer on overnight here just to let it run, every time I come back, each one of these guys has passively earned me 50,000 over 24 hours. Now, to set that to scale, I have 11 of them, which I got from random crates, petal, pollen, just random stuff. I will be honest, I think I bought like 2 of them or 3 of them, but the rest of these guys are just from crates. So that 50,000 times the 11 I have, that is $500,000. So every 24 hours, I am doing absolutely nothing, and I am getting 550,000. Not to mention that every time these guys fill up, let's see, he's only got 6% full, and I use this sell wand on him. I just earned a little more than $500,000 right there. When they're totally full, I'm getting about 10 to 12 million every time that I sell out of each one of these guys. The other big thing to remember here is when you go to IS upgrades, these mob drop upgrades, they affect your minion slaying. So at level 1, they're not going to get much out of it. But at level 10, they're getting 10 times the value for every single one they slay. That doesn't just benefit you, that benefits each one of these servants. That is huge, guys. Selling all of your ores and whatnot, it's definitely valuable. I definitely recommend doing it, but late game, you need the Skycoins. You gotta have them. Alright, so next is a real short one. It is your Discord booster. So, if you don't have a Discord, it's free to make one, guys. Make a Discord. Once you make a Discord, you come in game and you type in /Discord, and it's going to give you a command and a link. You use that link to link your Discord account, and you permanently get a 1.2 times sell booster, a 20% sell booster. That doesn't sound like much, right? Oh, it is. Because, take it this way. I vote every day, no matter what. And I am at tier 8. I've done this for months, and I'm getting a 16% sell booster off of every single day voting 4 times. That Discord booster is the equivalent of a tier 10 rank. Best part is, these combine. So you can get a total of just voting and your Discord booster of 1.4 times on every single item you sell. That's massive. If you're not doing it, you're missing out on tons and tons of money. Again, to put that in perspective, I've got, let's look at the D-Boss armor. The absolute most valuable D-Boss armor is the Champ armor, and it only gives a 0.1 sell booster. So you getting your Discord is worth 2 of these pieces, which sell for billions. And then getting your vote tier is worth the whole set together. So guys, vote, add your Discord. It's absolutely worth it. So, the next thing I have here is how to set a home. So we all know that you can do is set warp, whatever. What I didn't realize for ages is that just like in SMP, you can do set home. So why is this useful? Well, what I was mentioning earlier, how I like to clean out my minions early game and just sell them to all of those top ranked players. We can go to is top and find somebody who is buying value blocks. So I think Jelby is normally buying them. Let's check. Let's see. Yep, there you go. So he is buying a stack of emerald blocks for almost 700,000. So let's put that into perspective. Where did I put them? Here we go. Well, we'll grab the diamond ones here. So he's buying a stack of diamond blocks for 615,000, right? I can sell those for 100,000. As one of the top tier islands, he wants to get all the value blocks he can, and he wants to place them all over his island to get his top. He's buying these for 6 times what they're actually worth, what I could sell them for. So I come to him, and there you go. I just sold that to him. So I really like his shop, and I want to come back often. I'm going to do set home big money. So now I can go back to is warp. Let's just do is go. And then anytime I clean out my minions, I can come back by doing home big money. And I can always come back here and do this. Now, one thing to keep in mind, I did one of these earlier, and I just did home shop. Oh, I haven't been to this guy in a while. Oh, he's buying entire inventories. Now that is nice. That is nice. Okay, check out the top guys. Yep. So, anyways, what I was gonna say was when you come to these, you'll find that sometimes they're completely full. So save 2 or 3 top island homes that you can just always come back to and sell them your vote keys or your eggs or your netherite blocks, your emeralds. Great way to make some super, super fast cash. Alright, so number 7. Number 7 is adding members and the requirements you need to know before you add anyone to your island. So when I played first season, I wanted to get as many people as I possibly could because I just always thought, you know, the more the merrier. But if you look at my island here, we've got currently 4 out of 6 online, which it's actually 7 when you include our leader, Perkin. So we've got 7. Each one of those members that we add on improves, it raises our requirements to unlock each of our spawners. Let's take a look at that. So we're only at tier 4. We're trying to unlock tier 5. We have to get 2 million kills, and we have to buy 7,000 tier 4 spawners. Now, when you have 7 people actively working, it's not that bad. It's really not. But the thing to keep in mind here is, what if you had 7 people and 4 of them leave? Your requirements don't change. Your requirements don't go back down. They're set at that 7 level requirement. Now, you can always refill those slots and do it that way, but you can never lower those again. So guys, make sure whenever you add somebody to your island that they're going to stay there and they're going to work through it. If you got AFK members, then your requirements are still huge. Our requirements are almost 7 times what they would be on a single island. It's steep. It's steep. It's definitely worth it having team members, absolutely. But keep in mind, everyone you add will increase what you're going to have to pay. Or what you're going to have to do to unlock something. Alright. 3 more here. This is number 8, Lucky Block. So we all know about the Lucky Block. We all know. The thing that I didn't know about the Lucky Block is that, well, for one, you can come here and click on the Lucky Block, and it'll tell you how much longer is left. But what I didn't know about the Lucky Block is the more that you break it, the more valuable items you get. A day or 2 ago, I got a mystical crate key. A mystical crate key out of a Lucky Block for doing nothing but just breaking this block. I've gotten vote keys, pedal keys, all kind of different kind of keys. But even on the lower tiers, when I'm getting nothing but, you know, just farming supplies, crops, I'll get more than my inventory can hold. And it'll all go to my OF. Now guys, I've done almost no farming at all. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. So ever since the beginning, I've let almost all of it go to my OF. Except for what I've used to upgrade different minions. But like Netherwort, I haven't harvested almost any Netherwort this entire season. I have 150,000. That's from the Lucky Block. And I can take all that out whenever I want. And I can sell it. And there you go. So that's 40,000 for doing nothing but breaking the Lucky Block. And I still have, you know, 150,000 left in my storage. The other big thing is, this will give you mass amounts of Skycoins. When we break this now, we've got it fully upgraded, 20 out of 20. We're typically earning in between 300 to 700,000 Skycoins just for breaking this. That's nothing. That's nothing. And that is enough to upgrade one of these minions to almost halfway. Like, we've been pooling all of our money right now to Perkin, because we want him to upgrade all of his to max tier. And I've done most of that off of breaking the lucky block and my passive regeneration from my servants over here. So guys, don't forget, use your lucky block. Don't let it just sit there. You're wasting a lot of money. Alright, and that leads us to number 8, which is the Farmer Harvester. So, the Farmer Harvester, it's got some neat tricks. If you go to /FT, we all know that it can do auto sell, which is wonderful. I'm going to turn that on. And once you get to level 1000 herbalism, which by the way, if you need it, I've got a link below that will show you how to make a farm. Super helpful to get you there quickly. But if we turn on that auto sell and we don't have anything to plant in our inventory, it is not going to refill. It's not going to replant for us. Even though I have herbalism 1000, it will not replant. So if I go to FT, turn that off, and break these so I can have a little bit in my inventory. And there we go. So then I can come through here, right? So now I've got a ton. I can turn that FT back on, and it will. It'll just pull those directly out of my inventory until I run out, and it'll keep on replanting everything that I'm breaking here and auto-selling everything else. It's also important to mention nice quality of life here. This can't break. Your Farmer's Harvester will not break. Because honestly, if it did, with the amount of crops that you're going to mine with it, it would last no time at all. So, luckily it doesn't break. Let's get all that out of here. Alright, so the last one, the biggest item here, are going to be pet eggs. I didn't know this for the longest time. Everyone knows that you can reroll pet eggs. But what I didn't know is that you can reroll these, but if you have... Excuse me. What I didn't know is that when you use all these eggs, right? I have all of those, by the way. I have all of these except for the penguin fully upgraded. So I don't need any of these. So we all know that you can reroll. You know, I've wasted so much money rerolling who knows how many glow squid pets. But what I didn't know is that when you come to pets and you reroll, it is only going to give you, see it says here, you can reroll any pet at any level and you'll be guaranteed a pet you don't have a max level in. Now understand that. How many glow squids have you wasted this season? I can't count how many I've wasted. I'd love to know in the comments below so I don't feel so bad. But once I got this to tier 5, I haven't wasted a single one since. And I'm not wasting my money anymore. So just to show you, I've got glow squid at tier 5, which I can't tell you how many of these I've re-rolled 3 glow squids and got 1 more out of it. But if you, all that I need now are penguins and reapers, and that's all it will ever give me. Because I've got that at tier 7, that one at tier 6. The rest of these are max tier. So I can continue to re-roll these and never, ever worry about getting some duplicate. Oh, I just upgraded that one on accident. Getting some duplicate pet that I've already got or that I don't want. And I spent most of this first season with 1,000 tier 1 glow squid pets. Such a waste, man. Such a waste. Don't do that. Get them all to max tier that you can, and you'll never re-roll a garbage pet like a glow squid when you can get incredible things like this looting pet that increases my mob drops cells by 0.5, which again, that includes these slayers. That's huge. That's huge. But that is all that I have for today. I really hope that that this has helped. And guys, this is great stuff for new players and veteran players alike. I've been playing since Season 3, and these are things that I've learned here recently. But if you need more help, check the links below. I've got playlists. You'll see them here right up on the screen. I've got playlists for a lot more tutorial content. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, so you don't miss anything new. Also, down below, lastly, I've got my Dataverse Discord. You're welcome to join. I'd love to talk sometime. But that's about it. Thanks for stopping by the Dataverse.